Alright, so I'm just going to, remember you're going to go through it. Once you pick a kettlebell up, you're going to go through the complex, all the movements without setting the kettlebell down. When you set the kettlebell down, that'll be a complete movement. Each set within the complex is 5. Remember, the two things you want to remember is you're tightening your glutes and you're setting your lats down. So we're going to start off. First movement is kettlebell, deadlift. You got the kettlebell in between your legs, cutting through, the handles cutting through the balls of your feet. Remember the creases right here. You always want to think of putting your hands here and the butt back, big chest, and the head's always forward, so to the side. So we'll start out with 5. Creases here, butt back, big chest. Once we grab the kettlebell, we immediately think about breaking the handle. That engages our lats. We come to the top. Our lats are engaged, our glutes are cramped. 2, 3, 4, 5. So each time you feel it in your hamstrings, because you're putting your butt back, you're making sure your toes are pressed in the ground, you're feeling your entire feet to the ground. So the whole time you're breaking that handle, so you've got the lats engaged and you're cramping your glutes. So after the 5 tap and go deadlifts, then you're breaking off to one hand. You're going to do around the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. The other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The whole time I'm doing those, I've got my glutes cramped, and I've also got my lats engaged. And I'm taking. Now I'm going to turn the kettlebell this way, halos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close to your head as possible, not craning your head forward. The other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Going from that, keeping the kettlebell like this, going up above our heads, elbows and the back of your arms straight up in the air. And you want to make sure your glutes are cramped, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straight into the curl. Same thing, elbows in, don't let them rock back. Kettlebells up in the air, glutes are cramped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? Now you're turning the kettlebell over, right hand or left hand, sitting right in the crux of your palm, and the wrist is flat, like if you're going to punch somebody. You're not letting the wrist go back like this. You're keeping the wrist flat. Kettlebell's resting right there. Other hand's out. Grasp. Lats engaged. Glutes are tight. Look straight forward. You're not pushing it up in the air. You're not bending your knees. Your concentration press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming back into that rack position every time, feeling it against your lats. So your lats engaging every time. Transition to the other side. Wrist is flat. Hands out. Glutes are cramped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Goblet squat. Here, feet are shoulder width apart, slightly turned out, butt back, down to the depth. If that's as far as you can go, fine. You want to get where you're going down at least to here. coming down to the bottom, coming back up. Glutes are cramped, lats are engaged. All right? You want to stay upright. Same thing. Butt back, down into the bottom position. If you're having trouble, put the kettlebell out like this. That'll counterbalance you. Make sure your shoulders and your butt rise at the same time. You don't want to be forward. That's 2. Bottom. 3. 4. 5. Okay? Take the kettlebell, set it down. That's one complex. Work through that, build up when you feel like you can. Go to 2 complexes, 3 complexes. You want to get to the point where you do that 5 times. When you get to where you do that 5 times, then we'll start thinking about moving up to a heavier kettlebell. Okay? But a couple of tips. Make sure you're maintaining that tension all the time. Remember, lats engaged by breaking the handle, glutes always cramped. Always stay in an upright position. Always think big chest, head relaxed over the shoulders.